these fucking stories always break the morning after we record. God damn it.
Right?
So, of course, I'm sure you guys have heard that the Wall Street Journal posted this story that WWE's board is investigating a secret $3 million settlement that longtime CEO Vince McMahon reached with a former employee with whom he allegedly had an affair, according to documents and people familiar. The longtime chief executive Vince McMahon agreed to pay a departing employee with whom he had an affair the January 2022 separation agreement. This just happened.
Interesting.
This is 76-year-old Vince McMahon.
Still getting his rocks off.
Fucking some 20-year-olds, probably. Blech. That's disgusting. Aaliyah, please. The former employee, who was hired as a paralegal in 2019, she signed an NDA from discussing her relationship with Mr. McMahon or disparaging him. I think this is like saying it was like her friend or something that
her
leaked this
friend
out.
was saying this?
But people think that, well, they don't say specifically, but people think that Stephanie had something to do with this leak.
Well,
like, you're going to bury me after I leave?
If anything, it was Nick Khan, right? Slowly getting rid of every single McMahon. Right?
Yeah, like they hired him and he's getting rid of him.
It is crazy.
Okay, so the board's investigation, which began in April, has unearthed other older non-disclosure agreements involving claims by former female WWE employees of misconduct by Mr. McMahon and one of his top executives, John Laurinaitis.
Really? John Laurinaitis?
You didn't read it? You didn't read it?
I read it.
Oh, okay. You're just being sarcastic. The journal couldn't determine how many previous agreements were being scrutinized. The first email sent to board members on March 30th alleged that Mr. McMahon, 76 years old, initially hired the woman at a salary of $100,000, but increased it to $200,000 after beginning a sexual relationship with her.
Is that enough?
This is like
money?
these college coaches that hire assistants and pay them a shit ton of money just to fuck them.
Is $100,000 enough to gobble 76-year-old nuts?
You mean a bonus 100,000?
Yeah, I don't think so. Right? It's got to be more than that.
Well, maybe not for you.
Maybe for her, I guess.
Or
him. Are we sure it's
okay? But would you have sex with an old woman for $200,000?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah.
I value my respect. The email to the board also alleged that Mr. McMahon gave her like a toy to Mr. Laurinaitis. Gave her like a toy. Oh, look. My this is a quote from the source. The initial email to the board. My friend was so scared, so she quit after Vince McMahon and lawyer Jerry paid her millions of dollars to shut up. So yeah, apparently, according to this whole thing, it was this woman's friend, which could be Stephanie in disguise or Stephanie telling her to come forward. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, the way they treated Stephanie McMahon as she took a leave of absence, she's probably not going to...
son of a bitch.
One day someone's got to make a movie about the backstage politics of WWE.
Well, I mean, y'all guys mentioned on last night's show that the production of the Vince McMahon biopic, right?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan. Okay, never mind. Wasn't there a Vince McMahon biopic in the works?
There's a show apparently that's going to be about the steroid trials and how Vince beat it, but it's all WWE. It would be a WWE fluff piece. And so would the Hogan. The Hulk Hogan was going to be a fluff piece too, apparently.
Interesting. So Vince McMahon has managed to beat a lot of things. Is he going to survive this?
I hope not. I'll take anything to get him out of the fucking company. The problem is Nick Khan's still running it, and we know how he fucking runs this. I mean, Nick Khan's really running the company right now.
Right. I mean, there's a slight chance, because we know Vince McMahon beats everything, there's a slight chance that there might be no McMahons in WWE very soon.
Cross your fingers.
But then that's a start. Then they'll have two Khans.
But I'd rather not have Vince than have him at this point. The other weird thing is, like, yesterday or Tuesday, like on Instagram, there's Triple H, and he's standing with like 8 other athletes that they recently signed, and he's like, yeah. And it's like, dude, they just fucked over your wife.
Right.
Vince is, fucking girl. Like, you probably knew about it. Like, and you're just like, yeah.
Not only this,
weird.
What did Ronda Rousey say just a few days ago?
What?
WWE is nothing but ham jobs and cupcakes.
No, she was talking about the women's locker room. She was working.
Women's locker room? Women? Hand jobs?
This wasn't a wrestler that fucked Vince. She was a paralegal.
But, I mean, hasn't there been speculation that Vince has fucked women before?
Well, Sable accused them of sexual assault like years ago, which is weird because she's Brock Lesnar's wife.
But
and Lesnar
couldn't
came back.
you see like some more people coming out with this?
Well, they're saying that there's other stories and they're unearthing.
If anybody should be Me Too'd, it's Vince McMahon.
I hope the board has the power to fucking get rid of him. That'd be great.
Yeah. So an interesting thing that happened yesterday, apparently after this, or 30 minutes before, 2.1 million shares of WWE were sold. About 1.5 million more than on an average.
Oh, just
day.
by the people who had the shares.
Yeah, so they're saying
it wasn't like Vince doing.
Well, I think Vince would have sold a lot more, but people saying that there might be some people with advanced knowledge of that thing.
So the
coming
stock
out.
had to have dropped significantly then, right?
It actually didn't really drop that terribly much. Considering the market, is just really bad in general right now.
Yeah.
I want to say, here we go. Look. So in the past 5 days, it was at 68.
Yeah.
It's top, and it's at 65.
So it hasn't.
So it
okay.
really hasn't dropped too much, but I'm sure they were freaking out that it was going to take a terrible dive.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just interesting stuff altogether.
Well, then also last night, I think his name's Roz Giri. He's with He's like the owner of Wrestling Inc. Late last night, he tweeted that Sasha Banks has been released. And
sure.
No one else has been able to confirm it. So it's still a rumor as of right now. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, at some point today, WWE announced it just so that people are talking about that
instead of
Vince McMahon fucking bitches. Because let's take a guess right now. How old? We'll probably find out at some point, like, how old the woman is that Vince fucked. I'm gonna say 24.
Mid-20s.
I'm talking about exact age. I'm gonna say 24.
I'll go 25 just to be contrary.
Okay.
It's got to be something like that, I would imagine. Banks, WWE, Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks released according to...
No, I haven't found anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious. Like, maybe that would be coming.
Yeah, it probably will be. It'll probably break an hour after I fucking post this podcast.
No, Sasha Banks will come out. Yeah, Vince McMahon does some terrible shit, guys.
Vince McMahon tried to fuck me.
Lord Jesus.
You have the Forbidden Door stuff?
Yeah, so I don't know how real this story is or whatever, but it is totally believable because of all the shit that we just know.
Yeah.
Apparently per Jobber Nation TV. Yeah. I haven't really heard of that, but sources are telling him / her, I don't know
just
who runs
read it verbatim.
Sources are telling me that backstage politics is making Forbidden Door a complete mess to book. New Japan Wrestling and AEW aren't getting along. If things don't change, this may be the most disastrous pay-per-view in the past 2 decades.
2 decades? It might be the most disastrous pay-per-view since Double or Nothing.
I was just going to say, even if things do change or not, it still is going to be a train wreck. So far, do you want to know about the matches that are confirmed?
No. Fan questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much...
we already read some of them.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything we talked about.
Don't read the ones we already know.
All right.
Yeah, no, we already covered everything. We already talked about all of them.
I was curious if there was anything else. I imagine there's only 6 matches on this card, and we know
right now, Josh.
That's what I'm saying. We know how Tony Khan books. There's going to be at least 8 more matches added?
Yeah.
8? Yeah. So.
Is that it?
That's all.
All right.
That's all, folks.
Well, fan questions here. Hold on. Here we go.
So Vince McMahon, asshole, huh?
Shocker.
Big asshole.
There was someone was like posting a bunch of stories that apparently a female referee in the 80s, like the late 80s, accused Vince of raping her.
Ugh. Terrible.
So there's that too.
Interesting.
Then there was also one where he was at a tanning salon and he was trying to like fuck the woman that worked there.
No, you're thinking of the Patriots owner.
No. He got jerked off. That wasn't a tanning salon.
Interesting.
That was a jerk off place. I know it's a shame that video didn't get released. I want to see Robert Kraft get jerked off.
His O-face. Oh! Yeah.
So weird. Watch the full video at patreon.com/What's Wrong With Wrestling. For only $5 a month, you'll get access to hundreds of bonus episodes that you can't find anywhere else. We got recaps of all pay-per-views, every episode of AEW Dynamite and NXT, classic episodes, movies, and of course, everyone's favorite, brackets. Sign up now,
or I'll drop you on a stack of dimes you call a neck, you piece of trash.